Hey guys, it's your first PC video. So we're going to talk about taking notes. And since this is my first time flipping a classroom, you guys need to let me know what works and what doesn't work. So first of all, on the top of your notes, especially if I'm checking them, I would love for you to have the date and the topic. Since it's still September 5th for me, I'm going to write that in. And then I'm going to put the topic. So if I ever forget, you guys could send me an email or just, write on our Schoology page like, hey, Miss Vogt, I don't know what this is. I tried to publish a calendar already, but this is 1-3, and we're talking about linear equations. Okay, another important thing, especially if you're taking Cornell notes, is to write down the essential questions or the ICANNs. I think these are important for when we're studying. It helps me be able to, point you guys in the right direction when you're looking back over things and getting ready for a test. So now this would be a good point for you to pause the video and write down the ICANNs or, some version of them. I'm going to move on to a couple examples. All right, so I said something about Cornell notes. You don't have to take Cornell notes, but you should write down questions you have. So if you have a question, write it in the margins, write it on a Post-it note, write it in a different colored pen so that when you come to class the next day, you can ask them. So for example, I'm going to ask you, find the equation of the line through the 2 points, -2, 4, and 5, 11. First thing we're going to have to do is find the slope. If you don't remember, slope is the change in y over the change in x. And another way to think about that is this, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if I label these, I could label x1, y1, and x2, y2. So the first thing to do is going to be to find the slope. Now we use the letter m to find slope, and you will notice that, I can grab my little highlighter here, there's an M there, it didn't highlight very well, there's an M there, and there's an M there. So M is for slope, y2 is 11, and y1 is 4, x2 is 5, and x1 is -2, so I gotta go like this. So 11 minus 4 is 7. 5 minus -2, we change this to plus a positive, we get 7. Our slope is 1. If I'm looking at these, I'm not sure I can erase my highlighter marks. If I'm looking at these, I am thinking to myself now, which one of these am I going to be able to use? This one. This is standard form. I don't know what A, B, and C are. Probably can't use that one. Okay? Everybody likes this one. Slope-intercept form. I have the slope, but do I have the intercept? No, can't use that one. That leaves me with this one. Well, what do I know? I know, this shouldn't be there, I should erase that. I know y1 and I know x1. And I also know m. Okay, good. I'm going to use that one. I'm going to shrink this a little bit, put it up to the top so I've got some more room to work. I'm going to use this one. Y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. Okay, what does this mean? This y stays here and this x stays here. What do I know? Y minus, I'm going to use 4, that's my y1. If you want to use the other point, you can. You will get the same answer. Okay, m, we said was 1, x stays there, minus x1, which we know is -2. It goes like this. Okay, if I simplify, I get distribute x plus 2. And guys, it's okay to not continue on. This is a perfectly acceptable answer. You guys don't seem to like it in this form. So if I add 4 to both sides, I get y equals x, running out of room, plus 6. Okay, if you used the other point, you would get the same answer. Try it if you don't believe me. Last example, I want you to find, that doesn't look like the word find at all, x and y intercepts. So I gave you two different types of equations here. This isn't our favorite form. You guys like this. This is in the mx plus b form. And then this one is what we call standard form, when x and y are on the same side. I'm showing you two different ways because I like to do these two different. When I have my mx plus b, I like to just say y equals 16. That is my y-intercept. Okay, how do I know? Remember this? B, B, that's our y-intercept. So how do I find the x-intercept? I'm going to set the whole thing equal to 0. And I'm going to solve for x. Eek! We have a fraction. What do? Multiply by the reciprocal. I'm going to multiply by 5/2 on both sides. Why would I do that? Well, let's see. 5 divided by 5, 2 divided by 2. I'm just left with x on this side. And let's see. What do I get here? I think I get negative 40. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong because I'm doing that in my head. And it is 8:17 on a Monday night. And I could be really, really wrong. This is your x-intercept. Okay. Somebody's checking my work on that one. When I do this in standard form, what I like to make is a quick T table. You remember these from like Algebra 1 maybe. I'm going to put a 0 here and then give myself a space and put a 0 here. What that means is I'm going to plug a 0 in for x. If I plug a 0 in for x, what's 4 times 0? It's 0. So easily enough, I'm going to divide both sides by -6 and I get -4. Oh good, I can erase. This is good news. Because I'm going to do the same thing with when y is 0. This whole thing goes away, right? 6 times 0 is 0. Divide by 4, and here I get 6. So I've easily found my x-intercept and my y-intercept quickly and efficiently. What you're going to work on in class is going to be what we used to call homework. Okay, you're going to work in your groups on your problem. Okay, that may have gotten cut off. Tips I want to tell you before doing your homework. When you're doing this homework problems, I'm going to just put all of them online. Okay, you are going to copy them into your notebook. By that I mean you are going to write down a problem. Okay, so I'm going to use my pen here. I'm going to write down, I don't even know if this is one of your homework problems. And I'm going to actually write instructions. Find x and y intercept of 4x minus 6y equals 24. Okay, and then you are going to show work. Okay, this is a do. This is a don't right here. This is what I don't want to see. I don't want to see this. That you're just going to list them off like this down your notebook and then write this. This one is probably x equals 4 and 25. Okay, this would make me sad. Okay, this is not what we want. This is more like what I want over here in the black. I want you to write out the equation so that when you are going back and looking through your notes and your homework, you know what you did. You can use it to find other examples. All right, guys, I think that was it. And your homework will be posted on Schoology.